Hello, everyone. You have reached Totally 90s Podcast. I totally said that as though someone was leaving a voicemail, but I'm your host, Justine, and my lovely other co host is.
Jennifer Lopez. T-Boz.
That's right, T Boz, my friends.
Just kidding. It's me, Steph. What up, Nin?
Oh, nothing. We are your hosts, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Nothing.
Oh, gosh, I
You
was so
just said
not prepared for
nothing.
this. I really did it not come through?
No, you said
Oh,
nothing when I said what up. You're like
oh,
nothing.
I did.
What do you mean nothing? What's up is we're on this amazing podcast right now, having this
Oh my gosh, I
experience with
said
one
nothing.
another.
See? Yeah, for real. I'm just like on autopilot.
Oh my gosh. Well, you had a very productive day, so you're winding down. That's what happens.
I did, and we are recording again at night, which I adore and I love. You know what? I'm just kind of all over the place today.
Okay. Well, do you want to share with the group what you did today?
I just got a lot done. And I was off today, so I had all these things in my head that I had to do. I had to go to FedEx, I had to go to UPS, had to return my old phone that was all jacked up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what else did I do? I did bills and I cleaned and I
Can
was
you
just
pay
like the
my
sky was
bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? Sorry, it had to be done. Wow, you
Oh
did a
my gosh, I
lot.
love it. I did. And then I even was on Canva for a long time and I was like playing around with some stuff and oh, yeah, it felt really good. It's been a minute since I've been able to like sit down and really like just have some alone time and like focus,
Yeah, of
because
course.
I'm on the road a lot too, so it's really hard to just I don't know, by the time I get home after driving a lot, it wears you out
I
mentally.
can't imagine. And also, you're a
Mhm.
mom and a wife, and you're
Yeah.
the important cornerstone of your family. So, yes, yes, you're tired. You need to
Yeah.
rest.
And it's so funny. So when you said that I said nothing, I didn't even realize that. And it's so funny because I was telling my mom that when I was younger, I think I was so like sometimes when I'm like drained mentally, I just don't hear things or I just that's my answer sometimes for stuff because when I
Yeah.
was younger and I would go to school, my dad and my mom would always say, "Oh, how was your day?" "Fine." "What did you do?" "Nothing."
Nothing.
It was, and my dad always was like, "Gosh, she always says nothing." And then later on in the evening, like at dinner or whatever, even like later on in the week, I'd be like, "Oh, guess what happened?" Or "Guess this, guess that," and it would all start to come out, but like on my time. So,
Yeah. Well, you just, you need to
yeah,
get your motor running a little bit. And again, you're running around a lot. So I
yes.
get it. I totally hear you. And I'm so happy you had a very productive day.
Oh wait, Steph, do you hear
What?
me?
I
Because for
do.
some reason, my mic on my computer screen is saying that I'm mute.
Oh, interesting. Do you hear what I hear? I hear you loud and claro.
And I wonder, yeah, that's so odd. And I don't see muteness on my side, but it says mute. Why would it say mute? Do you know why?
I have no idea, boo. But you're
Let me see. Mute my audio.
you're not muted. You're muted. Now you're
Oh,
not.
okay. So
I
I
can
guess I
see.
that's odd. Maybe I don't know. It's just that kind of night.
That's okay. Guys, don't we all have that happen? Yes. People are nodding across the globe right now because we're globe trotters.
We are
But
indeed.
you know what? Today, when I got home from work, okay, I only work once a week in the office. I'm remote otherwise, right? Tell me
Mhm.
why I am so freaking tired on Wednesdays. All I do is the same thing, but at the office, but there's people there and I have to wear a real bra as opposed to a sports bra. And
Right? And that's a huge difference.
it really is because my God, when I take that sucker off, I like fling it across the room dramatically like a damn boomerang. Okay. And
Okay.
I,
A
yeah,
slingshot.
a slingshot. And I thank you. I was struggling and I threw on my pajamas and
Mhm.
I flung myself into bed. I was in bed at 6 today. Yeah,
Wow.
I Ubered home
Did
and
you
I
take a
live.
nap?
No, I just laid dramatically on the bed, like, and I make this noise
I
when I'm
love it.
tired. I'm all, "Ugh." Like I have to moan like that every so often. I make this noise and I don't know why, and it's not attractive. And
Oh
okay,
my
in my
gosh.
defense, yesterday I went back to teaching at the gym, and we taught for 120 minutes. And so that's why I'm like really, really sore and tired. But girl, I'm like this every Wednesday. So I think it's just
Aw.
people. I think people drain me.
Well, you got back on the Zumba mode or the Zumba train, shall I say, yesterday because your gym was closed for so long as we had talked about a couple episodes ago. So it's I'm sure it's way different than doing it in your
Virtual. Yeah,
right behind you.
exactly.
Yeah, so because I mean, you work out hard anyway, when you're working out, but it's different when you have people around.
Yeah. And it was just like a whole bunch of emotions and stuff. And I got home late, and then I overslept, and then I rushed to work. People were talking to me today, and it was just like extremely draining. But I feel very
Aw.
happy to be here with you. How are you? How's it going? You have this perturbed look on your face. Is everything okay?
Oh no, I am because you told me to put the D&D and I did, and it's not working.
Oh, honey. Oh my God. It's okay.
I'm like, yeah. I'm so sorry if I get little
I can't hear
bings every now and
anything.
then. Oh, you
I
can't?
No, now I can't. I
Oh, okay,
could
good.
before, so I don't know. Maybe the
Okay,
D&D is helping a little bit.
okay, good.
But
Because
nah, we're
oh
good.
man,
And whatever. This is real life. We're real women here, okay? Real women get text messages when you
me
don't want
too.
them.
And I'm gonna have to learn how to be more savvy with this technology
Don't
stuff.
worry. When we're
It's funny
done.
because you're like a pro because you had to deal with it during the pandemic.
Yes.
I think, and I did not. Like at my old
Don't.
job, when they would have me go into a conference room to fix the freaking Zoom, I'd be like, "What's that?"
Oh my God. No, no, no. That's okay. You and like
Oh,
50% of the world too. Don't worry. And when we're done, I'll do a share screen and show you how to go into the preferences and turn that
thank
audio off.
you,
No
because I'm telling
problem.
you, because I'm
Besties
that
help
person.
besties.
Okay, besties for the resties, because I need. I'm telling you, I'm that person that would be on a Zoom call that would be like have a cat face,
Oh my
and
God,
I'd
you're
be
so
like,
cute.
how do I stop this?
You're so
Yes, I'm ridiculous. But today, though,
Oh
we are
yes.
going to talk something that is near and dear to our hearts, and that
Yes.
is reality TV of the 90s.
Dun 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 dun. Reality TV.
Oh, such an amazing topic. I love. Okay, I can't say I'm a reality TV junkie. Not
Really?
anymore. No, not
Really?
anymore. Okay, okay, maybe to an extent. During the summers,
I'm
yes.
I'm looking at you with my eye.
Okay, so okay, let's take a tally. Right now, are you watching any reality TV?
No.
Okay, let me think. Right at this moment, I'm not.
Okay. Is that
But
because 90 Day Fiance is on hiatus or
oh
something?
my gosh, I forgot that. I forgot. Yes, but you know what? I'm not watching this season,
Okay.
but I do love that show, and I forgot that's a reality TV show.
It sure is. I watched the first season, and I want to get back into it. I don't have freaking time, but like I do love a reality show. I never got into The Bachelor. I'm more of a real
Me neither.
world kind of
Thank you.
girl, you
Same here.
know?
And I'm not a
So
survivor girl. I
thank
remember
you.
you had called me or texted me and said something about Survivor, and I could never
No,
jump on that bandwagon.
I cannot. Angel actually got excited when I said, "Oh my God, I want to talk about reality shows because hello, you know." And she's like, "Oh, you got to talk
Hmm.
about Survivor." And I'm like, "Psh, real world all the
Wait,
way."
did she watch Survivor?
Yeah, she sure did.
Wow. Okay, because I've thought about it, but I never took the plunge because I don't know, something about Survivor just doesn't really it just never called to me,
Uh-uh. It scares me.
you know?
I will die out there. So my cousin, one of the ones that visited, so the middle sister of the trio, okay,
Hmm.
she's a doctor. She's a badass doctor in Peru. And I
Amazing.
think when she started her residency, she had to go to the jungle, to Cusco.
Oh,
And she lived up in the jungle, okay, like with
dang, she's
the she's
hardcore.
hardcore. And she's all, yeah, so when you come
Shout
to
out.
Peru, well, I'll take you there. I'm like, no, no, no. I won't be going to no jungle and staying in the outdoors. I camp. When I camp one night only.
So Cusco, that's in the is that in the Amazon?
You're asking a Peruvian.
I'm gonna look up a map. Let me
Oh my
see, because
God.
that's
Okay,
so
so
interesting.
true or false? Geography is Steph's best subject. False.
But I will say this, dang, it's gorgeous there.
No, it's gorgeous. And like it's always been
Ah,
yeah. You see that?
so it's in the city, is a city in southeastern Peru
Uh-huh.
near the Urubamba
Yep, there you go. Thank you. But
Valley of the Andes mountain range. Wow.
damn, I should have guessed
Dang.
because I had a feeling that was the Andes. Sorry, Peruvian family and Peruvian listeners. I promise you I'm Peruvian. But yeah,
You're so
so
funny.
when
Wow.
when she was telling me that, of course Survivor came into my, I mean, she was delivering babies. She delivered 60 babies while there. And she was like, where's diapers?
Wow.
Where's clothes? They didn't, they're not used to that and they're fine and living
Aw.
happily, how they live. So she got to see like
Mm-hmm.
this whole thing, and it was just like it was
Wow.
different. And so in my head, I'm like, damn, like, so the people on Survivor,
I'm
they really had to
impressed.
do everything they necessary to
Shoot.
survive. And I'm
Yeah.
assuming that it all takes place outside, right? Like, because you
Right.
have to like live off the elements. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I, I'm not a Survivor girl. So bringing it back to, I'm just going to leap right into it. My favorite reality show of all times is Real World. Like that is
Same.
the best. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so let's just jump right into it. So it
Mm-hmm.
first aired 1992. I
Mm-hmm.
don't recall how old I was. I think we were 10. But
Yes.
New York was the first season. Eh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, like who cares? All I care about was season 3, San Francisco. That's when I felt like
Yes.
this bond with the show. Then you got to know
Mm-hmm.
Pedro, and I first started learning about
Mm.
HIV and
Yeah.
AIDS through that. So not only am I being entertained by like Puck and Rachel and
Right.
being disgusting with each other, but like
Mm-hmm.
we got to learn about HIV AIDS. We remember, did we go together? No, no, this must have been in 8th grade or something before high school, where I got to go to
Mm-hmm.
the AIDS Memorial Center and saw the quilt, and there was like a something
Oh,
that he contributed to it. So it was very like
oh,
full circle for
amazing.
me. Like I'm super
We did
connected.
do an AIDS walk together.
We sure did. And again,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever met anyone who passed from the horrible disease. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
no, I did, but I was so little and I didn't understand it. But
Mm-hmm.
it was just so like, here's the pun, real. Like you see these people, they're flung into a house, they don't know each
Mm-hmm.
other, and they live there for several months, and
Yeah.
they have to like get used to each other's like quirks. An example, like
Mm-hmm.
Puck, he was disgusting. He didn't shower. He stuck his finger in the peanut butter jar. And like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. I cannot
Mm-hmm.
imagine that. So that raises my anxiety to be placed in a
Mm-hmm.
house with complete strangers. Like that
Mm-hmm.
is like, I like to watch it, but I wouldn't necessarily want to be a part of that. What about you?
Oh my gosh. So I'm right there with you. So I actually remember the first time I ever saw Real World, and it
Mm.
was it was the New York season. And I actually really loved that season because I binged it just one, it was like a Labor
Sitting.
Day weekend. And I watched the whole thing. I love them all. I loved Eric Nice. Yeah, man.
Oh,
Uh-huh. And it was just it was so different than anything that we had ever seen.
mhm.
And it was just amazing. But and then the next one I believe was LA.
Yes.
And that was in itself, remember the slap heard around the world? Okay. With
Well,
good old Tammy. And
So
have you seen her on Instagram?
no, should
She
I
does
follow her?
she is so funny. She does this thing called Bonnet Chronicles, and it's
Oh my
hilarious.
God. Okay, I'm gonna go follow. When you said slap around the world, like I associate it with Boston and when Irene
Oh,
got
that one
slapped.
too.
Yeah.
Because there was two.
Yeah.
Um, it was because it was what was the because she did get slapped. Wait, did she get slapped? Was it a slap?
Yeah.
It was a he
She
didn't like hit her
no,
hard, but he
it was like it was a slap though, but it wasn't like a
hmm
smack. It was like it was,
hmm
but he yeah, because she called him quote unquote a homosexual.
Yes, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was, just love just love the drama, constant drama,
Oh,
but then San Francisco was the realest one though. Out
I
of all of
agree.
and that's has nothing to do with us living in the city and being, from there,
Yeah.
but it was so relatable because we did know all of the sites and
Yeah.
everywhere they went we could, oh, we've been there, whatever. But Pedro, oh my
Oh,
gosh.
I loved
He
him and
just
what his
oh,
commitment ceremony to his partner. I mean, and
yes.
then, we had like Judd and Pam, I think they're still
Pam.
married to
Yes, I
this day.
know.
And then
Mhm.
Rachel married the other dude from
Yeah, Sean Duffy.
yes, 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 yes. Thank
Uh-huh.
you.
I
I
think
mean,
he too was he from Boston or
I
Baltimore? I
think
can't
he was
remember.
Boston. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it was just awesome. And didn't you really like season four's London?
yes, I
Yeah,
loved,
I remember
yeah, I
that.
loved,
Jacinda, I love.
yeah, Jacinda, I love her too. She became an actress
She sure
in,
did. She
mhm.
sure did. She's in a movie that I love with Zach Braff. But another favorite season of mine was season five's Miami in 1996
Oh, you know
with
what?
Flora.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Remember that scene where they were trying to get I think someone was having sex in the
Yes,
bathroom. Oh my
and
gosh,
she
that was the
fell through the
best
window.
episode. Yes. And you know what's crazy is that I can't remember what subscription channel it is, if it's like
Paramount.
Paramount. Yeah. And they have all of the seasons of The Real World on there,
Okay,
except
I gotta pull
season
the
6. I have not found it.
wait. Season six, Boston.
No. Okay, which one was Miami? 4.
Five.
5. Okay. They don't have it because that was the
Why?
one I wanted to rewatch,
Because of the sex.
probably. And I was just like,
Oh,
what a bummer.
I loved that. I loved Dan. I loved Melissa.
Yes.
She was the one in the shower with the girl and one of the
Yes.
guys. Okay, Cochina.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, maybe that's why. But like Trishelle of Las Vegas was way raunchier,
Uh,
I think.
oh, big time.
So why
And
is
it wasn't just for one season, it was for multiple.
mm-mm.
And
Well, then
she was messy.
she was very
Couldn't
messy.
handle
She was
her.
very pretty, but she was messy. And I felt so bad for the sweet little boy that had the little guy that had a crush on her at the same
Oh,
time that, of course, the cute guy, I can't remember his name,
yeah,
but
me neither.
yeah, whatever. Bryn
That's
was
where
my girl.
so I loved Bryn. I loved her.
I
She
thought she
was
was
so pretty.
prettier.
She
Yeah.
was. And that was the season, and I remember this like, like it was yesterday. That was the season where I said, I think this is the last season I'm really gonna watch because it just started going downhill. And I felt like the original episode or seasons like New York, San Francisco, LA, Miami, Seattle, they were just put in a house, and they were able to just get to know each other. And I'm trying to think, did they have jobs in all of them?
Not all of them. No.
Because San Francisco did have a job, right? They had, or they did something. Weren't they doing
Um,
something to make some sort of money?
I don't remember. I know, because when you said that, I'm thinking about Jersey Shore and how they worked at different places, like the
Hmm.
t-shirt shop. I can't remember if they had, I'm sure they had to work, but
Yeah, it was
t-
it was more original, the original ones.
no. And then, and I think MTV realized that. So I learned today, or no, I don't know. I reaffirmed it today because I was looking into this.
Hmm.
But I remember hearing like rumors that they had revisited the cities and did seasons again. I
Hmm.
they did so they did San Francisco. So I actually What? In 2014, they did another, and they called it Real World Explosion.
Oh, wow. Okay, I did not know this because they redid the New York one,
And they
I
did
think it was a
Vegas.
year ago, like
I,
a year or two ago. It was, but yeah, it was a reunion. And it's on Paramount. They came together for, I think it was only like 2 weeks they were put in the house. And I think it was the first time in I don't know how many years that obviously they lived together. Um, but I didn't know that.
yeah, they did Vegas, they did Seattle, and they did San Francisco.
Wow.
And I don't know how I feel about that. I would be okay if it was the same cast members. Don't be
Right.
bringing new blood in. Like, who are you, Pamela?
No.
You
Oh my
know?
gosh, so they were new people?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. Put a fork in me. I can't. That's just like no- it's like the
I
90210 reboot. Like
ugh,
they went about it all wrong.
they did.
Okay? And
No,
it could have
and
been good.
it could have been. And also, like, they did that with Gossip Girl. I don't know if you watched Gossip Girl, but they tried to bring it back
No.
recently.
Mm,
Okay, it's canceled now. Bye-bye. Like, okay, there will
really?
only be one
Oh
Serena
man.
Vanderson. Whoa. Serena Vanderwoodson. Puta, I forgot. I've watched that show like 35 times in a row. Well,
Oh my
whatever, Blair
gosh.
Waldorf's my girl. But no, I have to 1,001% agree with you that Vegas in 2002, because that's when it aired,
Hmm.
like the one that we like, that
Hmm.
was the last one for me. Like
Yeah.
I think I tried with when they went to Austin. I
Hmm.
think I watched for a
Yeah.
little bit, but it wasn't. I watched it enough to know that I want to go to Austin. So whenever Angel goes
Right.
to work trips, I'm like, ooh, I kind of want to
Hmm.
go.
Yeah,
So, but
exactly.
that's it. Like
Hmm.
bye.
Was New York before New York? Not New York, Hawaii. Hawaii was before.
Yeah,
Oahu was
Hawaii was
before.
season 8 in 99. So we were in high school when
Yes.
that came out. Remember
And that was
Ruthie?
good because, yes, Ruthie dealt with, alcoholism and all that. And, it
Yeah.
was cool. Like, and that was still good, like I could handle that. Um, but, just like we said earlier, the San Francisco one, none of them can top it. And a lot of it was just, it was a good cast, even with Puck being there.
Yeah.
Um, he was the only one that, we could have done without, but he added the drama and it was funny sometimes
He
some of the stuff he came
did.
up with. And I think he had a good heart. He was just different. And then but everybody got along. I think bottom line is everybody loved each other and Pedro really brought them all together,
He
you
did.
know.
He was just so loving and lovely. I
Hmm.
really liked how Rachel carried herself.
I like the way she talked.
I did too. I loved her hair.
Hmm. Like how she would
Co-
flip it.
yeah, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
hmm.
yes. Corey kind of would get on my nerves because she cried all the
Yeah.
time, but who
Yes.
doesn't, you know?
Right.
But yeah, I 1,000%, that's will always have a special place in my heart. Oh, wait, so is that on Paramount? Because I'm gonna binge it.
I believe it is. I'll double check tonight and I'll let you know because I'm telling you, it's just, I think everybody watched that around here because everybody I talked to, I mean, even Tony watched it, and it was around that time too because HIV AIDS was still kind of, it
Yeah, it
wasn't
was scary.
new, but it was still, yeah, nobody really, it was taboo still,
It was,
right?
and it was like, oh, can you get it by kissing? Remember 90210 released that, like, on their season
Yes.
one where the lady had, she had
Hmm.
HIV and they're like, I have it.
Exactly.
No, she had AIDS, and everyone was like,
Hmm.
what?
Yes. Exactly. And you know what I mean? And for me, I remember it was General Hospital, and I want to say it was before, maybe it was after. Two of the characters, one of the characters had AIDS, and he gave it to his girlfriend in the storyline, Robin, and that kind of sparked I was so sad by that, and then hearing Pedro, and I was just like,
Hmm.
and it really captivated me. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
we both do. We have a really like soft spot for like I don't like when people are sick with something or anything for that matter and you treat them differently. And to
Hmm.
know that people were in hospitals and were dying
By
by themselves,
themselves.
it's just gut wrenching.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that we even talked about, not to digress too much, but
Mhm.
I don't think we mentioned Philadelphia when we were talking
Oh,
about movies. So that came out in 93. And that was another time. So that was around the time of,
yeah.
we got to know Pedro. And
Mhm.
that movie, so I've seen it so many times. It just,
Same
oh, like
here.
it educated me. You know what I mean? Like
Mm,
I was like, oh my God. And like the way he was treated at work and the way he fought,
mhm.
for his rights. And then how Denzel Washington's character was like, whoa, no, I don't think so. But then through his
Yeah.
wife, and he got to know him, and he was with them till I can't even talk about it. But like, yes,
Oh,
so
I know.
that came,
And just seeing the transgression of
yeah.
his sickness and how he went from this
Yeah.
to that. And, then the soundtrack for that movie with Bruce
Oh.
Springsteen, Streets of Philadelphia. It was just, it's a very depressing movie, but it's very uplifting too. And it showed you how to, we're all human.
Hmm.
And I think that's the thing. And like you said, not to, you know, get too off topic, but I think that's the thing with this whole, like with COVID, it's the same thing. Like we didn't really know, or we don't really know too much about it, or we didn't when it first started. And
Hmm.
it was kind of like the same thing with monkeypox,
Hmm.
and how back in the day they were saying, oh, that this particular um sexual what is it, sexual
Sexual,
orientation
yeah. Oh, that just,
is,
that
yeah,
lights
and
such a
it,
fire in me.
yes, and they said the same kind of things with monkeypox, and I'm like, don't do that, because it segregates a certain, you know, group of people, and it's not right, and we don't know enough, and that's how it was
Right.
back in the day. And I think that I remember us being in assembly. Remember we were in an assembly, and there was a girl that came, and she was talking to us, and she was telling us a story in school about her life, and it was like this motivational speech. And all of a sudden, at the end of her speech, she was talking about HIV and AIDS. And at the end of the speech, she then says that she had it.
Oh my God.
And we
Yes.
just all broke down in tears
Yes. I
because,
remember everyone was like crying really hard in the theater.
yes,
Yeah.
because she was basically saying that you can't, look at someone and say, oh, they're the kind of people that can get it, because look at me, I look like all of you and I have it. And I was just like, oh, it's just so heartbreaking. But at the same time, like, that's the beauty of the 90s. I feel like there was a lot of things that we were exposed to, and it opened our eyes to so many things as well. It made us a very well-rounded human
Oh
adult to go
yeah.
into our adulthood, you know?
Yes. And then also the fact that I feel like being like born and raised in San Francisco,
Mhm.
we're more like open-minded as well. And I feel like, I don't know, just more like we're taught to be more like loving and
Mhm.
to learn before you
Yeah.
judge. So
Yes.
not to say that other cities that we're better than any other city, but like, I
Mhm.
don't know. I always think I feel so blessed and fortunate to have been born here, because
Mhm.
especially like being gay, you know what I mean? Like that's
Mhm.
scary if I was somewhere else, in a different
Of
time
course.
when I
Mhm.
realized it. So definitely, I just,
Yeah. No, I
yeah,
agree. And just growing up, like, in schools where you look at other people and there are other people that look like you. You
yes,
know, you're not just stuck in a class with one type of race. You know,
yeah.
there's so much diversity in San Francisco or in the outskirts of it, and we are like you said, we are lucky enough to be raised around diversity and just a wealth of knowledge that has carried us to now.
To
I forgot what our
your,
topic was. What was, yeah, right.
well, I think that's a good place to leave our real world. I mean,
Yeah,
do you
that's right.
remember?
That's our topic.
Do you remember the theme song? It wasn't really a song. I'm gonna start you off.
No,
Ready? This is a story,
of
a true
what is it?
story of seven strangers
So
picked to live in
that
a
lived in a
house.
house
Uh-huh.
and have their
Have your
lives
lives
taped.
taped. Find out what
Find
happens.
when people stop getting real.
No, when people stop
Oh,
being polite and start
and
getting
start getting
real.
real.
The real world, San
San
Francisco.
Francisco. See, I'm always that person that thinks they have it and I'm totally wrong.
Hey, you know what? That's called a remix. Okay.
Yeah, for real. Like Savage Gardens, that song, Sorry My
Chicka
Dogs Are
chicka.
Making a Cameo.
No, those are mine.
Um, oh really? Oh,
Yeah. Were
I think
yours too?
yeah, I think so. They were in unison. Savage Garden, I wanna what is it? Bathe with
Stand
you?
with you in a
Yeah,
mountain. I
I
want
thought
to
it was
bathe with you in the
I
sea.
wanna bake with you in the sea. I was like, oh, I wanna get
Oh my
suntan
God.
in this.
You just made the cutest, curious face. I'm so glad we have a YouTube now. Guys, we have a YouTube now. We'll plug
Oh
that
gosh.
later.
You're so funny.
That was adorable.
Okay,
I want to bake
so
with you.
um yes. So another reality show that I love and
Oh.
Stephanie, I know would love it if she jumped on the bandwagon, but she has yet to. Maybe this year, folks. Is Big Brother.
Okay.
Now, okay, go.
You got me into it in the dark year. I mean, yes,
Okay,
I
which
needed
one?
in
In 2016?
2016.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Which one
watched
was
it a
that?
lot at your house because I was there all the
Oh,
time.
yes, that's right.
Yeah. So Big Brother,
That's
thank
true.
you.
And can I just tell you that I didn't watch it from the get-go. I watched it maybe like on its starting on its ninth season, but now it's on its like 25th or 24th season. It's a long
Wait a
time.
minute. When did it start?
Big Brother started in, gosh, I want to say like 1997. It was a
That's
long time.
amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And it's so if you're not familiar with what Big Brother is, because it's funny, a lot of people don't know what Big Brother consists of or what it's about. And
Yeah. What is it about?
I used to get really annoyed with it because, actually, you know what? Straight up now tell me, this is not a 90s reality TV show. It is a
What year?
2000.
Okay, that's why. Don't worry. It's okay. Honorable. Okay, how about this? Honorable mention goes to Big Brother because that show is so important to you. So why don't you give a brief synopsis as to what it is?
It is, and you know what? I'm gonna have to do more research on this because it didn't start in the US. I believe it started in, I want to say like Europe or something like that. So basically, brief synopsis is they pick a group of, I believe it's like 15 people to live in a house and
Yeah,
they're
it's
locked
big.
up in a house. And basically you're given challenges every day or every week. You have 7 days to basically survive. You have one
Oof.
person that is the head of household and they're the ones that decides two people to go up for eviction. And then basically you have to fight for your life there in the house. And you build allies and you can fight for competitions like, vetoes or whatever to try and save yourself. I mean, it's Tony, the first time he ever saw it was with me, and he was so hooked. And every year, I'm telling you how much, like, this is just amazing. Presley was born on the premiere of Big Brother.
That's so
And
perfect.
and that day that she was born, everybody came to visit us in the hospital. And I'm like, okay, June 26th, okay, premiere of Big Brother. I'm going to be all by myself with my newborn baby and we're going to watch Big Brother together.
I love
Um,
it.
Tell me why my whole family decided to come and visit me, which I appreciate, but I'm
I
like,
mean, what
all I
made you
could
think
think of
that they
is with
wouldn't?
Big Brother.
Oh my God, you're
I'm like, Big
hilarious.
Brother, no, and I only caught the tail end, but it was something special that it started on the day that she was born. I was just like, oh, you know me, I think of signs and stuff like that,
Of
but
course.
ever since then I've been a fan, and it's just really cool to see like people that have met in the house and they've gotten married, and I mean, you're with these people day in, day out for I think
Yeah.
it's 3 months, 3 or 4 months that it's every summer. So it starts in June and ends in September.
So
It's a really good show.
is it kind of like real world-ish, would you say, except for the challenges?
Um, it
Because
is because you're stuck with people in a house. I mean, in the real world, you could leave, but
Right.
you still have to come back. And, personalities clash and, you get to know certain people on, everything is recorded, that you,
Mm,
and that's the thing is, it's kind of like when you hear a lot of people nowadays that are being canceled,
mm,
it makes you, I've always said this, like, okay, some people, granted, deserve to be canceled, right?
yeah.
But if you were to have a camera on in everyone's home 24/7, we all say and do things that we would never say out in the real world.
Girl, yes. I would have been
you
canceled a
know
long time ago.
and it's just human nature that, and not everything means that you're a bad person or whatever. And I think that, a lot of these shows, like especially within the past couple of years with Big Brother, there's been a huge spotlight on a lot of things, especially like with race and stuff like that, or people that, say things. I mean, they have to put these, announcements in the beginning that the views and things that the house guests talk about are
Yeah.
not represented by CBS, that kind of thing, because you never know what is going to come out of people's mouths, but it gives you, I mean, it's all in good fun, you kind of in the beginning, you pick your two favorites and you see if they make it to the end. And I mean, I was like considering making a YouTube channel during that time because people, give us synopsis day by day. I mean, I'm such a big fan that I belong to the 24-hour feed.
That's amazing.
So
That's yeah.
so I wake up at like 3 a.m. and I'm like, let me see what they're doing. And of course, they're all sleeping and stuff. But yeah, I'm totally obsessed. But
You're
now that
so
we know that's
cute.
not a 90s show, God. But
Um,
yeah, what other ones?
well, I one of my favorites, technically a one-time special aired at the end of 89. So the actual show premiered in 1990 and is still going on till this day, is America's Funniest Home Videos. So
uh,
I'm throwing it into the reality TV
yes.
because people would send those funny clips in. It just reminds me of my childhood, like, and I just thought it was just such a feel good show, and it's
Mm-hmm.
still going on. So that's just like crazy talk. And
Mm-hmm.
then, basically like you'd see cute videos of kids, like funny videos, like funny dad videos, like a whole
Oh,
bunch of stuff.
totally.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's been renewed for the 33rd or 33rd season, I think is what they're currently on. It's
Dang, really?
insanity. Yes. And
Wow.
my
That's
favorite host, even though I love Alfonso Ribeiro from Fresh
mm-hmm.
Prince, my favorite host is Bob Saget. How
Oh,
90s can you get?
rest in peace. Oh my
Rest in peace to
gosh.
that angel. Like, seriously, it was just a feel good, cozy hug of a show.
It was. I'm trying to think of back in the day in the 90s, what day it used to come on. Was it Sundays?
Sunday nights. Mhm.
Yeah, Sunday nights. And it was because I remember we used to eat dinner and then I used to turn it on because I believe it was like Life Goes On. Remember that show? Yeah.
Yeah.
Life Goes On, and then right after came America's Funniest Home Videos. And it was
Yeah.
just such a good show. My mom and I, there's one clip that my mom and I still talk about to this day, where was this little boy with his dad or something, and they
Oh,
decided to put like a salami, like one of those casings that you put sausage in,
oh my God.
um where it was a nylon, but it looked like that, and he put it over his head and he couldn't get it off, and they're pulling it off of his head and his face is is like no, and his face is like going up and it's like smashed because it's so tight, but he could breathe obviously because it's a nylon. And
Oh
my
my
mom laughed so
God.
hard we peed our pants. It was so funny. That show just, Presley loves it. Presley was on a freaking America's Funniest Home Videos kick for a good year or two. It was
I
like that's
love
all she's watching.
it. Oh my
Hmm.
God. I'm so happy to
Yeah.
hear I love that she gets to watch shows that we watched as kids. That's so
Oh,
special.
totally. Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, I love
Now,
it.
one of the shows that for me, I know it started in the 80s, but it did carry on into the 90s was Star Search.
I have that in my notes. Neen,
Oh,
can you believe how freaking long that was and how
yeah.
many peeps? Okay, first of
Oh,
all, okay, like, okay, I can't even talk. It was 83 to 95.
mm-hmm.
Okay, Ed McMahon, Mr.
Oh,
Checkman, you know what I mean?
yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
the freaking people that came out or started there: Alanis, Aaliyah,
Ugh.
Backstreet Boys, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears,
Mhm.
Destiny's Child, Pitbull, Leanne Rimes.
What?
Yeah,
Pitbull?
Pitbull.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
he was there
Wow.
in
Okay.
1994. Leanne Rimes, who I
Dang.
love, and
Mm-hmm.
Usher. I mean, that's just the tip of the
Yeah.
iceberg. It
Justin Timberlake, like
I
so
my
many
good
people.
God. And like just the
Yeah.
category. So it wasn't just singing, but obviously like we love
No.
music. So that was my
Mm-hmm.
favorite thing. But like they had
Mm-hmm.
models, comedy, dance, hello. Like it was just such, I don't even
Mm-hmm.
know how long this damn show was. It felt like it was 2 hours long. It was so good. But it was, oh my God. Yeah, I have no
Yeah.
notes. I love that show.
No, it was good. It was one of those. I used to watch that with my dad all the time, and we just,
Oh,
and you sit there and you're just like, oh my gosh, and it's just so funny now that you look back and like you read that list and you're like, oh my gosh, because I remember certain ones that kind of stuck out, because I remember Britney when she was on there,
mm-hmm.
and you root for your favorites. It was like a modern day, would you call it like American Idol,
American
maybe?
Idol. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
it's
Or
very cool.
America's Got Talent. Like, I'm sorry,
Yes, exactly.
that
America's Got
they
Talent.
were inspired.
Oh,
Yeah, for
totally. Hands
sure.
down.
No,
Hands
and
down.
it's a classic, and I want to find that somewhere. Like, I hope Paramount
Mm-hmm.
has it because damn it, that would be so good. But what about Cops? Cops is still
Yes.
on. It started in March
Mm-hmm.
of 89 and it is still on the TV as we speak. Like
Dang.
currently.
That's impressive. I can't stand cops, but
Yeah.
it
I know.
scared me.
I
I
know,
don't know
me
why
too.
it scared me to bits. But it was one of those things that, the music came on and I just would have, ugh,
Bad boys, what you
yes.
gonna do?
And it was
Yeah.
my grandma used to watch that all the time. And I
Oh,
was just like, no, because when you're little, you don't
yeah.
understand that this isn't like, I mean, it's real, supposedly, and you don't know where this is taking place. Like,
Right.
I don't need to see this kind of stuff because
Yeah.
some of it was crazy.
Some of it was nuts. Why was it always someone like busted out of a drug house or something? It's like my
Right?
little pea brain growing up. I was like, oh my God, there's so much drugs all over. Like, what?
Yes.
And
No.
they're
I
always being like shoved onto the front lawn by all these cops.
thank you. I just can't. I can't. So for me, and I'm trying to, I didn't realize that it's crazy. How do you watch House Hunters?
No, but I think that's another show that Angel likes or watches it with her parents when she's in Canada.
Oh, such a good show. Such a
Talk
good
to me.
show. And I didn't realize how many seasons they have. They have
How many?
over like 200 seasons.
Puta madre. Is it like General Hospital? All my
It's
children?
basically just a 30-minute show where they go into what is it they fall what is it, like three homes they look at, and it's a couple, and then they give the options, and they're like, which one are they going to pick, that kind of thing. But because I love to see, like, in homes, I love
Oh,
DIY, like, that kind of stuff.
totally.
And but this one, I just love it. It's like one of my go-tos when I'm bored and I have nothing else to watch. I'll just throw on a little House Hunters, because they don't even have just the US. It's like international, which I'm
Damn.
like, hello, I love it. Yes, I love the ones where they go to like Spain, or this one girl went to France, and it's just like so cool to see
Oh,
how they live, and like how much the rents are compared to here, or the
right?
mortgages. Yeah, it's crazy. It's mind blowing. It
Ooh,
really is.
is that on like HGTV or something?
It's on oh yes, it is on HGTV. I want to say either that or Discovery. I have to
Discovery, one of
look.
those. I'll have to check that
Yeah.
out.
Just say
Um,
house hunters in your remote and you're good.
you know what I hope they have somewhere so I can get my grubby little paws on is True Life from MTV.
Oh my gosh, remember that?
Oh my God. Like, first of all, ooh, hi, I almost turned off my computer. That was scary. Are you still there?
I am.
So basically, so this was like a documentary style. Okay. It was
Hmm.
reality. It did fall under the reality TV genre, but it also fell under the documentary genre. So like it started out in March of 98 and it lasted until 2017. Okay. So that's
Wow.
huge. But I loved, so they would often do like it was like hour long episodes and
Hmm.
one of my so there was two that made me like stuck on this show. One was True Life, I Have Tourette's.
Yes.
But like
I remember that.
remember that one, and I had never seen or heard of that.
Hmm.
So you get to learn about it and see, and basically you're living with this person and the cameras are following them the whole time. So that was super cool. And then the other
Hmm.
one was True Life, I'm Getting Liposuction. And there was these two
Yes.
girls who were so like pretty and perfect. And I'm all I
Hmm.
remember is them the night before eating everything they wanted because the next day they were going to suck it out of their body, and we got to go with them to the surgery and see like
Uh-huh.
the fat get sucked out. This show was
Ugh.
so good. Like I want to show Angel. Like they also had like more serious stuff. Like there was one I
Hmm.
think about heroin addiction,
Yeah, I
and
was
it was
gonna say
called like
drug
something like
use.
Fatal Dose or something. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
So that one
No.
I wish they could
See.
bring back.
Oh no, because that's like
Is it
that
still
was
out?
deep.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think so,
Because
but
I remember they tried to bring little specials. But
exactly.
I quit MTV when they started making it all about like catfish and all this crap. It's like, okay,
Yes.
where's
Yeah,
my
I think
MTV?
Catfish was the one where I started getting really annoyed because I was like, what the frick is this? It was, I
Yeah.
was like, bring me my music.
Thank
Ugh.
you. And
Wait.
PS, we'll be doing a whole MTV segment.
Yes, because we do have our
Because
own comments on that.
because if you're anything like us, you're pissed that there's no music on that channel. Okay. Change the name, the letter, the meaning behind the letter M then. Okay. Call it Mierda TV because that's what it is. Oh, I'm sorry. I get so
No,
angry.
no, it's so true because the thing is that there's no reason why they made other channels. They made MTV too. They could have,
Thank you.
specifically made a channel dedicated
Mm.
to just shows, but keep the music. I really feel in a lot of ways they're kind of like the reason why music kind of took the shift that it did,
Mhm.
you know, because I'm pretty sure that like kids of this generation would totally be down to see music videos still being made and, a countdown still.
Don't even get me
People still like music.
don't even get us started on VH1 and pop-up videos. Okay, time out. We're gonna put a pin in that because that is like then my blood is getting boiled. But yes, yes, yes,
Uh,
yes, yes, yes.
so I have so did you ever watch TLC growing up? Like A Baby Story?
The band?
No.
Oh,
No, it
the
was called
channel.
The Channel.
Wait, why do you say channel like you're British? It's so cute. You're all the channel. That's like the second time you said channel.
Oh, really?
It's
Oh,
the
wow.
cutest
I
thing
didn't
on
even
earth.
notice.
I
The
want to
Channel?
scream. Yeah.
Channel? Wow. I don't know.
Yes. So
I'm a sliver of,
I love it. I love it. I love it. That was so cute. I'm sorry I had to point it out. Okay. Yes, I know the channel TLC. Talk to me.
Okay. Yes. So they had A Baby Story, which I was obsessed with. I don't know why, but it was that and A Wedding Story.
Wait, time out. The baby story. Is that the one where the girl gave birth in the toilet and she didn't know she was pregnant?
No. So this base, I know, right? I didn't know I was pregnant. Come
Oh,
on. But anyways, no, this was a story of
a true
where
story.
they follow around a pregnant lady and they tell their story basically. So you go with them from the beginning, oh, I'm pregnant, da, 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 and then it's all the way until they have the baby. And it's like they compact it into like 30 minutes. But you see the birth of the baby, they take them home, and it's just like people tell their stories of, how, if they're going to have a home birth. I know it's really weird. And I don't know
No, no,
why I like that
no.
kind of stuff they
Is
do.
it still on? Because I love talking to women who have given birth. I don't have my own kids. I don't want to give birth or carry a child, but man, am I fascinated with people's like pregnancy cravings, if they had morning
Hmm.
sickness. Remember, I was plying you with questions left and right because
Hmm.
I love all of that. It's fascinating to me. Is it
Yes.
still on?
No,
Ah,
but they still have the reruns on TLC.
okay.
Um, but they have, I think it stopped actually in 2007
Ah,
was the
poopers.
last. Yeah, so it's been a minute. It was that, and same concept with the wedding story. They tell their love story, and um, it goes, and then all the way up to like their wedding day, and you see their wedding dress getting prepared for all that.
Oh
It's
my
just, I don't know.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, I
TLC had
love it.
yeah, TLC had their own reality stuff there. But also, I'm trying to think, do you remember that show, Trading Spaces?
I remember it. But right, like the name, I don't remember what it was about. Is that where families, like there's two families and they would switch homes or something?
Yes, and unfortunately, I guess I'm obsessed with shows that were made in the year 2000 because that's when it was.
Oh my
I
God.
could have sworn it was in the 90s,
That's
but
okay.
yeah.
Can I, if we're gonna do that, can I do my bonus? I'm gonna give a bonus or honorable mention. It's a show that
Hmm.
was in the 2000s, but it's like my favorite reality show, and that is Top Model.
Oh, yes, I actually looked up that one to see if it was at least 1999.
Yeah. So honorable
Oh,
mention goes to Tyra Banks, who I know everyone gets annoyed by her. I love her. I think she's an amazing businesswoman. I have
she
rewatched
is.
all the seasons over and over and over. I love the one with Ava. I love the one in London. Those are my
Hmm.
favorites. Joanna season two. So
Yes, I
I just
love
had to get
season
that out
two.
there. I had to get that out
Yeah.
there. So
Is
it's
she,
gone.
you know what? I know a lot of, like you said, a lot of people get irritated with Tyra, especially when she was hosting, what was it called? Dancing with
Dancing
the
with the
Stars.
Stars.
And I will say it was a little bit, kind of scary to watch. Not scary, but like
She is a
made you kind
drag
of
queen.
cringe.
She's a drag queen. She's
Yeah. But
very,
she does it well, but I just think that she was nervous, or maybe she just wasn't that
yeah.
comfortable because hell, with America's Next Top Model, shoot, she was on point. She just was fierce, as she would say.
She sure
Like
was.
that was such an amazing. She knew her stuff. Like
Yeah.
that was such a good show, though. It really was,
Yeah.
because for a second she had me thinking I could be a model,
Okay. Like, oh, my forehead, my nose.
right?
Okay. Like, don't
Or
change a
smile
thing.
without smiling. Use your
Smize.
eyes.
Yes. Smize.
Okay, like and I
That
would be practicing in the mirror.
hell yeah. So honorable mention Tyra Banks and Survivor. I mean, no, which one?
Hmm.
Big Brother.
Big Brother.
Yeah.
Yes, I can't believe that's not a '90s show.
That's okay.
Whatever.
That's
But you know
okay.
what? The whole goal of this show that we're talking about is to it really did it was like a catalyst for just
Hmm.
tons of other shows that we're watching now.
I mean, The
Like,
Bachelor, I'm not a fan, but
yes. Me neither.
yeah.
I'm not either. I'm just not into that kind of stuff. But you know what? One show that you should watch with Angel, because it's really good, and that is
Yeah.
the one with Nick Lachey and his wife. Love, crap. Now I can't remember the name of it, but look it up. They have a show. Love, not Love Island.
Wait
Something.
a minute.
Oh, Love Is Blind. That's
Oh
the
my
name of it.
God. Okay. I didn't realize. Yes. Hello,
I was
90s.
cleaning my closet one morning and I decided to just turn the television on to have some background noise. And I never finished cleaning my closet because I was so immersed in the show. It captivated me and I was just like, huh? And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And it was, I mean, and it kind of goes by like my philosophy of don't pick people because you think they're attractive.
Okay.
You should be picking people because of their heart and how they treat you, the kind of human being they are, how they are to
Yes.
animals, how they are to your elders,
Yes.
okay? How respectful they are, how do they treat the person, like I don't know, a busboy, You know,
Hmm. Yeah.
come on. Those are the type of people that you should be looking for. Not, Joe from the gym that's all greasy and has
Mm,
muscles and good
yeah.
looking or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
no. And that's what this show captivates is the beauty of not knowing the person or seeing them physically
Yeah.
until and then you get to know them first and then you see who they are, you know? And it's funny how you see how shallow some people could be. It's
Yeah. It's
crazy, and so that's a really good show to watch. But everything on television is reality TV now. I can't even, I mean, they have some that are regular TV shows, but everything is reality based, a lot of
It
it.
really is. I think they saw how like successful it was when it first came onto the scene
Hmm.
heavily in the 90s and they ran with it.
Exactly.
I mean,
Hmm.
MTV saw it. I mean, I feel like they took it, like we both say they took it too far, but like
Hmm.
it's just it's proven to be very effective. So,
Oh,
but
totally.
there are some things that do need to stay. Like, like we need our regular dramas and comedies and there needs to
Yes.
be a script involved and you know,
Hmm. No, I
so
agree because they even tried to do that with movies. It's so funny because I was listening to someone and they were talking about how they were talking about AI. I don't know if you've read up on
oh my
anything
God,
about AI.
Angel. Yes.
Yes, and Justine Bateman, actually,
Mhm.
shout out Justine.
Hey.
She has a very interesting post on her Instagram page. If you have a chance, go and read it. But she was talking about how people in Hollywood and in the world need to wake up and realize that, in the near future, the freaking industry of acting, of God knows what, will be taken over by AI because there are so many
Shit.
people that you could be looking on the freaking computer right now and not, I mean, I could be AI and you wouldn't know.
Oh my God.
Like, they are
Can
so
I be
realistic.
can I be AI at the office?
Right. Like, it's scary when you
Ew.
think about it,
Okay, I don't want to
and it's just, it really is the future of, and I think reality TV kind of, I don't want to say sparked it, but you see in different platforms around, like, whether it be movies or TV shows, it all people like to see people fail. They like to see them, in their real day-to-day life. People are nosy. And I
no.
think that's where it comes from.
Yeah, I agree. And they just want authenticity, I guess. Like
Mhm.
if you're gonna trip and fall, okay, that makes me feel better because I trip and fall all the time or some shit like that.
Mhm. Exactly.
Mm-mm.
But you just have people that overdo it and then it becomes phony and then it's kind of like what is it? Jersey Shore. Although Jersey Shore. Oh, that was a good one.
Yes, that was my one of my favorites.
Man, I would have been all over that if it was in the 90s. I mean, I was all over it when it was out, but man, we would have been obsessed if that was in high school. We would have been
It
talking like them.
we would have been dressing like them
Okay, we would have been vacationing at the freaking, what was it? The shore?
at the shore house. Yeah. Hello, I'm wearing
Uh,
leopard. Call me Snooky.
okay, for real. Oh my gosh, they're amazing.
Oh my
No,
God.
but there's
No.
there's so much and we could go on and on for days,
As always. But I think that I
right?
don't know, like we talked about our faves. So
We
does
did.
this
I mean,
interest anyone else? Like, who did you like? Share with us.
right? Yes, please do. And please keep your comments, your ideas coming because we got a lot of good feedback, especially on our movie episode. A lot of people, and I heard back from a lot of people too about, oh my gosh, you didn't mention this. Oh my gosh, because this was our favorite. So, stay tuned because like we said in that episode, we have a lot more for you because there's so many movies, so many soundtracks that we did
Oh
not have a
yeah.
chance to talk about.
Like really quickly, Angel was like, did you guys talk about what'd she say? Slider? Not sliders. Ay Dios.
Sliders. Hmm.
Slide in or
Oh,
singles.
yes, I was gonna say that.
Sliders.
I'm
She was
like,
like, "Did you guys talk about that?" And I'm like, "Did you listen to the episode?" She goes, "I'm working on it." She's been binging our episodes. But yeah, I was like, I've never
oh,
seen it. So definitely like keep them coming because we're gonna be doing
hmm
follow-ups. We're gonna shout them out because
yes,
again, the 90s is so epic. So it was a decade full of just pure magic. So
it
obviously we're not
was.
going to capture it in an hour, so we're definitely
No,
going to have to revisit lots of things, and I love it
I
anytime
agree.
anytime. But
Right?
yes,
It's so
and
much
then
fun.
no, and then really quickly, we are on TikTok now, so please search for Totally 90s podcast on TikTok, like and follow, and we're
Okay.
also so as on YouTube as well. So in addition to listening to our lovely voices, you can also see our mugs on the screen. Vogue, Vogue, Vogue. Oh my God, we both did it at the same time. Shut up. Oh my God. So feel free
Oh,
to
yeah.
like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Totally
Right.
90s Podcast,
And
and
witness our telepathy in
real
real
time.
time.
Exactly. So yeah, but that's all I wanted to shout out real quick. Neen, do you have anything else before we say sayonara?
No, I don't. It's been fun. You've I'm excited for people to see me in gosh in all my glory because
Oh
there's a
God,
lot of
she's
bloopers this
beautiful.
episode. Gosh, there's a
Hey,
lot of too many bloopers.
no, but you know
Um,
what, Neen? I think that it's perfect for this episode because it shows that we're what? Real. And today
we
was
are real.
reality TV. I
For real, you
mean,
can't make this shit up.
you can't. So well done.
Oops,
Well
can you say a
done.
bad word on YouTube?
Apparently oh, yes, I think so because I put it for adults only.
Oh, okay. Oh, ooh. Okay, let me turn off the lights.
I know. Let's talk about Bill Clinton again.
Dang, that's deep, Bill. Mm-mm.
But
Yeah,
anyways,
no, I have nothing else to say. I think it's I'm just having fun.
I'm
I
having a
enjoy
blast.
this, and I can't wait to see where it takes us, and the more topics that we're going to be able to cover because it's such a joy.
It's a joy. It's endless, and we're
It
just
is.
stoked. We're stoked, and
For real, because if we didn't have a cap, like if we had no time limit, we could be on here for hours.
hours, like a long
Yes.
time. Our spouses would be like, hi, remember me?
Yeah, exactly. No, for sure. And I'm looking forward to the future, like
Yeah.
future. I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't know how soon, but eventually, when we have a good what do you call it, following or
Yeah.
whatever, like, even doing like a live every now and then maybe, we
Mm-hmm.
could, I mean, the sky's the limit. So I'm excited.
Yep. Definitely. I mean, IG live, you let me know. We're ready. All we gotta do is click the
Yes.
button.
Oh, that's true. I know maybe we could do like an episode where we just go live.
Yeah.
Does it record? Does Instagram record? I heard Facebook
Mm,
does, but I don't think Instagram does.
but it's hard to like transfer to like
Mm,
to be able to
yeah,
convert it. So we would have to be doing both. But we could do it.
gotcha. Yeah,
We'll
I mean,
do it. We'll have to do it
who knows?
together, but it'll be
Yes,
fun.
for sure. But
But
yeah, it's been
Neen,
fun stuff.
it's been real. It's been
It sure has been
amazing.
real.
And I'll catch you on that flip side, bud.
Sounds good. Peace out, buddy.
Bye.